South Carolina. And lucky us tonight, all the way from Rock Hill in South Carolina, is the lady herself, Danny Dees. How are you, Danny?
Hey, Paul. How are you doing today?
I'm doing real good. Now that I've got you on the phone, I'm doing real good.
Same here.
Danny, I'm warming very, very comfortably with your music. We've been playing you a little while on the show, but we've got some new tracks, one of which we just played, and we're going to add the others into our rotation as the days and weeks go by. But tell me about the EP, Born to Live.
Well, Born to Live is the most recent thing that we put out. I'm actually working on new music now.
Wow.
But Born to Live is just kind of a series of really positive, motivating, uplifting music that I wanted to put out. I've been doing music since I was 13, and it wasn't until the past few years when music actually meant more to me than just, putting some music on in the car. Like it's something that can speak to you, and it's something that's really important in my life, and I wanted to make it important in everybody else's lives as well.
Yeah, I think that comes across too in the songs. They're very, very good songs. Did you write them all?
No, I've actually co-wrote a lot of them, and the next album is going to be more of the songs that I've written and co-wrote on there. But the last album was songs, from people that have written them and wanted them out there and wanted, their message to be sung and put out into the world.
All right. And what's the plan for the next album? Have you got it down to putting a plan together yet, or are you just doing it as you can?
Yeah, it should be out in the summer of this year.
Okay.
And so it should be done real soon. We've been working on just finishing up the harmonies and getting some background vocals and things like that. So it's just some fine tuning, and it'll be all done.
That's great, isn't it? And that's not too far away either, is it?
No, not far at all. I'm just ready to get it out there.
Yeah. Look, I think you're a great singer. And I like great singers. I come from a musical family where they're all singers, and I tend to gravitate towards the singers who are good with diction, pitch perfect, and can carry the tune. And I love your music.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, and our listeners hopefully will gravitate towards it as well, and purchase your music, which we'll tell them about a little later. But tell me about first time hitting the stage at 12 or 13 years of age.
Well, the first time I actually had a performance, well, I've actually been growing up singing and doing performances. I grew up in church singing and, doing the choir and doing musicals, plays, everything like that in school. Mm-hmm. But when I was 12, my mom got me a recording certificate, some time in the studio.
Oh.
And so I started singing there, and then I did little shows around Charlotte, North Carolina. And then that's how I met my producer now, Julian Sunby.
Yep.
And then I moved down to Florida to get a music degree, and then started doing some shows down there. And I think the biggest show I did was getting to open up for the Eli Young Band, because that's a band that I love and adore. And that was the first time where I was like, oh my God, this is really happening right now.
That's
so
sensational.
That was really exciting.
Wow. That's massive.
Yeah. And honestly, it didn't seem like that was real at the time, so it didn't sink in until the next day. And then I was like, oh my gosh, did we do that? Did that really happen yesterday? And then it already passed by then. So, but yeah, those are the kinds of things that I live for. Just being able to share my music and, get to carry on in this journey.
Gee, and starting with a top liner as well. That's just sensational. Good on you.
Yeah.
And what about touring?
Touring, as far as right now, we're actually working on some shows at the moment. I'm talking to a few different locations and places, and there's a band that I'm in talks with for possibly doing a tour with them, through New York and Florida, and some shows up in here in South Carolina, North Carolina. We're in the works for that right now, but I will definitely keep everybody posted on my Danny Dees fan page.
Oh, sure, and let us know about that, because we'll put it out to our listeners as well. We go everywhere, so we'll let them know.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
That's our pleasure. We look after our artists as much as we can. If you've got something you want the listeners to know, let us know and we'll tell them.
Well, pretty much, I just want everybody to know that the only reason I'm doing music is to make people feel good. So I want people to follow me and realize that and know that I'm trying to be a role model. So I want, to live by the influence that I want other people to live by. I want people to look at me and say, wow, I want to be just like that. And I want to be as positive as she is because, we all go through things, and I've definitely had my fair share of life changes. Sure. And I tried my best to take that with a grain of salt, and I want everybody else to be the same way.
Yeah. Look, you are a role model, particularly for younger artists that are around at the moment, and younger artists that we play on the show.
Thank you.
No, well done. I think you're on a roll.
Thank you so much.
No, pleasure. What touring outside South Carolina? How complicated is that going to be for you? I mean, money wise and that sort of thing.
Oh goodness. Well, I have never really been financially blessed. I usually just. It always works. It always works out like it's supposed to. It's just kind of one of those things where in the right moments and the right times, everything just kind of comes together. I do work. I have a regular job, and then at one point in time, I was working 3 jobs at one time, and
just to fund your music.
just trying to make ends meet.
Yeah.
And so I do whatever I can, but of course, the music is the number one priority, and trying to get everything together for that. So I have all these jobs to pay for, the band and the promoters and things like that.
That's right. So. And do you have good management, Danny?
I try. I eat a lot, so I try not to spend too much money eating out. But as far as money management, that's probably my one fault is eating too much outside of my house.
Well,
it's hard.
Look, you keep yourself in good trim. I mean, I've watched some videos and I've seen photos of you. And do you do modelling as well?
I do a little bit here and there. I'm too short to be a runway model. I'm only 5 foot. But as far as photography, me and my friends do like to take pictures here and there.
Just wear high heels.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, I can see why you'd be a model. I mean, you're staggeringly beautiful as well as being talented. So I can see why modelling would be attracted to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We better tell our listeners where they can go to purchase the EP, which is called Born to Live, isn't it? Born to Live.
Mhm.
Yep.
It's on iTunes. You can look on iTunes under Dani Dease, which is DANI and then last name Dease, DEASE, and or you can also get it on pretty much any other music platform. There's Spotify, and then there is CD Baby.
Oh, okay. So it's available pretty well on all the major outlets.
Yeah, it should be available pretty much everywhere. And
terrific.
If you ever just wanted to get a sample of it or just hear something, my website is also available to listen to those at DaniDease.com.
DaniD.com. Go and have a listen, folks. I mean, you can hear it on the Super Indie Show, and we'll be playing more of it over the coming weeks. And actually, we'll be adding a new track, I think, next week. After Born to Live, which we played a little earlier. But look, we're gonna play another Dani Dease song very, very shortly. But I'd like to thank Dani for her time tonight. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Dani, and I'm just so happy for you. You're doing so well.
That means so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you for having me, Paul.
Oh, look, our pleasure. And a big shout out to Jill Santa Banez for giving us the call in the first instance.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Oh, she is. And look, thank you, Dani, for your time tonight. It has been an absolute pleasure for me, and I really do like your music, and I'm hoping that the listeners on the Super Indie Show will now go out and buy it.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure, Dani. And hopefully we can talk to you when the new music starts to show its face.
Yeah, and you'll be one of the first people to get it. I'll send it straight to you.
You're a wonderful woman. I knew that.
I tried.
I knew that. Danny, thank you very much. And listeners, this is Danny D's Mojo Back.
Here comes the sun again. I feel it shining in. I've had enough of the rain. The only blues are in the sky. Man, it's good to be alive. Good morning, brand new day. Coffee, bring it on. Make it nice and strong. Hey there, radio, mind if I sing along? I've been down on my luck. Now things are looking up. Life's been dragging me along for the ride. Backseat, that ain't me. Yeah, I just wanna drive. Thought I forgot how to fly. Hey, would you look at that? I got my mojo back. Sick of the same old same. I'm tired of the lame old lame. Been stuck in that rut routine. There ain't no stopping me. I'm turning over a new leaf. Maybe the whole dang tree. Coffee, bring it on. Make it nice and strong. Hey there, radio, mind if I sing along? I've been down on my luck. Now things are looking up. Life's been dragging me along for the ride. Backseat, that ain't me. Yeah, I just wanna drive. Thought I forgot how to fly. Hey, would you look at that? I got my mojo back. Coffee, bring it on. Radio, play that song. I've been down on my luck. Now things are looking up. Life's been dragging me along for the ride. Backseat, that ain't me. I just wanna drive. Thought I forgot how to fly. Hey, would you look at that? I got my mojo back. I got my mojo back. I got my mojo back.